how Jonathan took the life of his sister-in-law and hid it from the whole family. The question is, do you think Jonathan will take her to the hospital, or do you think that Jonathan, with his friend Emeka and Debbie, will go and dump her inside the bush? What happened when Clara finds out that Jonathan has ended the life of her only sister? Jonathan is not just a thief, but Jonathan has graduated into taking people's life. Welcome back to another episode. Don't forget that the only thing you can do for us is to keep bringing out more episodes, like our video, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment. Today's episode is not one that you want to miss because a lot of things have happened and you'll be finding out everything that have happened. Stay tuned, let me take you through everything that's happened. So guys, how mean and wicked this Jonathan in. After Benny left from the mother's place coming back, Jonathan was already in the living room waiting for Benny to come back. Immediately, Benny came inside. Jonathan asked her, "Where are you coming from?" And she said, "I went to see my mom." And immediately, Jonathan's face changed. He was so angry. "What did you say? What kind of thing is that?" The girl said, "I went to see my mom." "What did you go there to do?" the father asked. And Benny said, "I went to tell her the peace of my mind. I went to tell her how I feel. How can a woman leave her only daughter, only child for her own selfish interest? I went there to tell her that I am so disappointed in her as my mother, and to tell her that indeed she has proven to me that she is not my biological mother." Now my question, does it mean that Benny knows that Clara is not her biological mother, or she just said it? So as she was telling the father what she went there to tell the mother, the father started, smiling and being happy. And do you know what Jonathan did? Jonathan now asked Benny, "What exactly did you tell her? I want to hear what exactly you told her." And Benny said, "I went there and I told her that she's been pretending she doesn't love me, that I'm disappointed. In fact, at this moment, I think I'm beginning to hate her as a mother." And Jonathan was like, "That's my girl. That's my girl. I'm so proud of you." And Jonathan gave Benny a hug. And Benny just laughed, smiled in her heart. Imagine Jonathan, you are happy she's your daughter. You are proud of her because you feel in your heart that she went to insult a woman that have suffered all her life just for her. How mean can Jonathan be? So guys, after that, Benny went inside her room and was sitting down. When Jonathan came in there, guess what Jonathan came there to do again? Jonathan in his head now remembered about the money that Benny has been requesting. And Jonathan came in asking Benny, "I want to ask you something. Did you remember to ask your mother about the money?" And Benny was like, "Dad, how can I ask mom about the money?" And Jonathan was like, "What kind of stupid question is that? So you did not remember to ask your mom about the money when you know that I don't even have this money?" And Benny was like, "Dad, there's no way you expect me to go and ask mom. After all, you promised me that you are going to give me that money, you are going to take care of me. So all these things you have been saying, does it mean that it was all shows? We are just saying it for saying sake, that we don't need mom, this and that. Dad, I'm getting disappointed at you." And Jonathan was like, "My friend, you should know that I said I'm going to take care of you and I'm going to take care of you, but at this moment I do not have that money. I expected you to go there and request the money from your mother." And Benny was like, "That, but if I ask my mom for this money, it will be me letting you down in presence of my mom." And Jonathan was, "It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You should be smart enough to go there and ask your mother the money. Listen, they are going to chase you away from school. I don't have any money. I am even done with school. It is you that is not." Imagine Jonathan. Imagine somebody that calls himself a father. You were the person that was rejoicing that this girl went there to insult the mother. So after insulting her, you are expecting her to also ask money from the same woman. What kind of a child will Jonathan raise if you leave children with Jonathan? And Jonathan, when Benny couldn't take it again, Benny said to him, "Okay, Dad, I've heard you. I'm going to go back and ask mommy for the money. And Jonathan said, better, Jonathan, your shame, they shame me. Your shame, they shame me. So guys, after that, there was a knock on the door, and guess what? It was Auntie Teresa. Auntie Teresa came in and Jonathan opened the door. And Jonathan was like, wow, Auntie Teresa, you are here? And Auntie Teresa said, yes. As soon as my mom told me everything that was going on, I had to come so that I can salvage the little thing that is remaining in this marriage. And Jonathan was like, okay, no problem, was so happy, welcomed her in. So Auntie Teresa is actually Clara's elder sister. So later in the day, Jonathan was sitting in his living room when the daughter came back from school, and immediately the daughter came back. Jonathan was asking her, Benny, how was today? And Benny was like, Dad, it was a very, very stressful day. Immediately, Benny was still talking about how her day went, and Jonathan went straight to ask, how about the money? Did you ask your mother? Did your mother give you the money? And Benny was like, Dad, I'm talking about the stress, and we are talking, why are you so interested in the money? And Jonathan got angry and told the girl, see, my friend, everybody is going under stress. If you are stressed because of school, imagine the stress I'm going through. Jonathan, you're not going through any stress. You're only going through the stress of your manipulation. And Benny now said, yes, I went to mom and she gave me the money. She gave me 30,000 naira. So we're actually looking for 20,000 naira. This girl is so smart. Remember, her mom gave her 100,000 naira and asked her to use 50,000 for her school and keep 50,000 naira. She knows the type of father she has, and that was why she just brought in 30,000. And the mother was like, imagine, just 30,000 naira. Clara is so useless, very useless woman. It's only 30,000 naira that she was able to give you, and she calls herself a mother. I'm like, Jonathan, are you okay? And you call yourself a father and you couldn't give your daughter the money. She had to go back and to be begging your ex-wife. Aren't you ashamed? And Benny was like, at least she gave me something. So how are we going to get the complete money? And Jonathan said, if you ask me, who will I ask? And Benny was like, Dad, let me ask you something. Is this how you are going to take care of me? Is this how you are going to take care of me? And Jonathan got angry and started talking to the daughter, shouting, I do not blame you. Instead of you to go to your mother and ask her for 100,000 naira so that if she give you like 80,000 naira, you use the 50,000 and give me 30,000. What is Jonathan going to do with that 30,000? He's going to use it to drink. And the girl was like, Dad, at this point, I'm so disappointed in you. In fact, you are not man enough. Jonathan stood up and got angry. I'm going to do this to you. Is it me you're talking to? And the girl said, Dad, I'm so disappointed. In fact, you are not man enough. You are not man enough. You are not useful. The girl dropped her bag and said, let me even go to the kitchen and get something to eat, and left the father while he stood there shouting like a mad and somebody that has big problem. Guess what Jonathan did? Jonathan, you could not give this girl money, but you had the face. In fact, Jonathan is not worthy to call a husband or a father. Immediately this girl went inside the kitchen. Jonathan went to the girl's bag right there, opened it, and stole the money and hid it. Guys, what kind of a man is Jonathan? You stole from your own daughter. Anyway, what do we expect? Somebody that goes out and come in and you will be crying like a baby toddler. Jonathan, if you see how Hanks, what can Jonathan not do? And this is somebody will be preaching. Go and leave your husband. Jonathan is not even a whore. Talk more of husband. Jonathan is not even whore. I don't know where to put Jonathan. So after that, Auntie Teresa, which is Clara's big sister, went to visit Clara, and she was telling Clara that you are going to return back to your husband. You have to return back to your husband. And Clara told the sister, I am not going anywhere. And Auntie Teresa was like, you cannot tell me that after you sold almost all our property and invested it in this marriage, that you are going to leave this marriage and allow another woman to come and reap from where they did not sow. And Clara was like, yes, I invested in this marriage, but let me ask you, what is even there to reap? What is that thing that somebody will come and reap where Jonathan is? Before I continue, does it mean that Clara has also invested in Jonathan? Does it mean that Clara also sold some of her personal belongings to invest in Jonathan when the marriage was started. Indeed, Clara has made a lot of sacrifice. So Clara told the sister, nothing will make me go back to that man again. And the sister told her, don't forget that your husband is a fine man. Another woman can just snatch her immediately. And Clara laughed and told the sister, anybody that wants to snatch Jonathan can go ahead. There is nothing in Jonathan. Jonathan is as useless as anything. Anybody that snatch Jonathan just snatch the rubbish and they can go ahead, because I am done. I am done. The only thing Jonathan offers to me is giving me headache, which at this point I'm at peace and I'm happy. And the sister asked her, are you really happy? She said, yes, I'm happy. And the sister started talking to her, Clara, I don't want you to make the same mistake that I made. Remember that I was once married and I left my husband because something happened and my husband was no longer financially okay. He couldn't afford what I wanted and I left him. And immediately I left him, he remarried and moved abroad with his new wife. And since then, I've been in regret. Other men have been coming, but none has been as good as my husband. And Clara told the sister, my sister, your case and my case are two different things. You left your husband for no reason. A man that loves you hard working, it is a different thing. It is your own problem. And you are regretting. Me, I will not regret anything, because Jonathan has never offered anything apart from headache to me. He's lazy. He maltreats me. There is nothing good. So our own case is different. And I want to tell Clara's sister, in fact, you are Jonathan type. Don't come, you left your husband because your husband could not afford the things you wanted. And you are here to push your sister in a marriage where she is almost running mad. What kind of a sister are you? Use that same energy to go and see how you are going to fix your life. And Clara reminded her that even if you want to bundle me, I am not going back to Jonathan. I am done with Jonathan. And the sister was like, you must go back to Jonathan. You must. And Clara just left the sister and went. So guys, after that, the next morning, Jonathan was in the living room eating apple. Thief Jonathan, criminal Jonathan. When the daughter came downstairs and the auntie was, downstairs, and the auntie asked Benny, you already ready for school? You already set for school? And Benny was like, auntie, I can't find my money. I left 30,000 naira in my bag that I came back yesterday, and now I can't find it. And Jonathan asked the daughter, how do you mean you can't find it? Have you searched everywhere? Have you searched your room? The girl said, yes, that I have turned the room. I do not know who took it. And the father was like, who do you think took your money? And the father, Benny said, I don't know. Dad, did you take my money? And Jonathan was like, what kind of stupid question is that? And Benny told the father, you are the only person that know about this money. I showed you this money, and you are the only person that came into my room. So tell me what happened to my money. And Jonathan got angry. If you talk to me, I'm going to slap you. I'm going to do that. And the girl said, Dad, provide my money. And the auntie now advised her that they should go upstairs and still search for the money, which they went upstairs while Jonathan was sitting there. Jonathan, in fact, I do not know where to place Jonathan. You stole from your teenage daughter money that you could not provide. What kind of a man is Jonathan? So guys, few minutes later, they came downstairs. They couldn't find the money. And the girl was telling the dad, give me my money. Give me my money. And the daddy said, if you talk to me, I'm going to do this. And the girl told the dad that you are the only person that knows about this money. If you do not provide this money and I come back from school, people will hear our voice. People will hear our voice. The money you couldn't provide, my mom provided the money. You came and you took it. Dad provided, and she left for school. And the sister-in-law was like, Jonathan, what is she saying? And she was like, don't mind her. Look at, have you seen how she used to intimidate me? What they do to me in this house? This is her mother. Immediately, Jonathan now turned it around and was telling the wife's sister that it is Clara that told Benny to do everything. Jonathan, you guys, is it? I wonder how somebody will be lying to his own self. Like, you lie to your own self. I do not understand. And the sister-in-law now asked her, Jonathan, did you take that money? And Jonathan now got angry, and the sister-in-law just left him. So guys, Benny now went to the mother to tell the mother, Mom, she was crying. The money I came in with the 30,000 naira I put inside my bag, I couldn't find it. And the only person that saw the money and I told the money and came to my room was my dad. And Clara was like, what kind of a man is Jonathan? How can Jonathan be this shameless? And Clara now told the daughter that, don't worry, I'm going to give you another money, but don't worry, I'm going to handle Jonathan. Clara went straight to the house to go and face Jonathan. Like, how can you be this shameless? On getting to the house, Clara met the big sister in the living room and was shouting, Jonathan, Jonathan. The big sister was like, calm down, Jonathan is not around. Clara now told the big sister, can you imagine that Jonathan took money stole money from his own daughter? And the big sister was like, how are you sure? And Clara now asked her, you three of you are the only person in this house, Jonathan, you and Benny. So if Jonathan did not took the money, does it mean you did? And the sister was like, how can you say that? How can you say that? And Clara was like, you see, I told you that Jonathan did. In fact, Clara now told the sister the mind. After saying her mind, she left while the sister sat there, thinking about everything happening in that house. So guys, after that, in fact, Jonathan is a bunch of disgrace. After that, Jonathan, that could not provide money for his daughter, now went to go and drink and got drunk with the money you stole from your own daughter. This is somebody that people are saying, don't leave your husband. The mother, Clara's mother, is saying, don't leave. Is Jonathan a husband? Can you live with a man like Jonathan and not go mad? It is not possible. Clara made the best decision. After Jonathan has finished drinking and got drunk, he came in. The sister-in-law was sleeping in the living room. When the sister-in-law opened the door, she was like, Jonathan, why are you like this? And Jonathan said, I went out to hang out with friends. I just took a few bottles. The sister-in-law was like, Jonathan, this does not look like a few bottles. And let me remind you, you have a teenage daughter in this house. How can you be messing yourself up drinking like this? What do you expect to teach her? And Jonathan said, you have started preaching. Hold that you're preaching. In fact, use that energy to go and speak to your own daughter, to speak to your own sister. She needs it. And the sister-in-law now asked her, Jonathan, where did you get the money you used to drinking? Is it Benny's money? And Jonathan got angry. Don't ask me that stupid question, this and that. As Jonathan was trying to leave to go upstairs, the sister-in-law dragged Jonathan and was like, Jonathan, come back here. I'm still talking to you. And Jonathan pushed her and she fell and collapse. At this point, we don't know what has happened to Auntie Teresa, if Auntie Teresa is still alive. Now, the question is, do you think that Jonathan that will know is going to take Auntie Teresa to the hospital, or Jonathan will call Emeka, they will go and dump Auntie Teresa, because Jonathan is not ready to take Auntie Teresa to the hospital. Now, what will happen when Clara finds out that Auntie Teresa is no more and Jonathan ended the life of Auntie Teresa? Now, my question to Auntie Teresa, you are the person that brought this to yourself. What are you even doing in that house? Your sister is not in that house. What are you doing there? You have gone to see your sister and your sister told you, I'm done with this marriage. Why did you decide to stay there? Anything you see, you were going to take it, because I don't know what you are doing there. Your sister is no longer there. Why are you still there? So guys, leave in the comment section what you think. Do you think that Jonathan is going to take Auntie Teresa to the hospital? What do you think at this point Clara should do to Jonathan? Because Jonathan has gone beyond restoration. Imagine thief, taking people's life, everything. Jonathan is not worthy to be called a husband, and this should be a lesson to everybody. Instead of staying in a relationship that will drive you crazy, imagine living with someone like Jonathan. It is better you live single and live a happy life. Don't forget to like, share your thoughts. I'll be reading your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think about everything and what you are expecting in the next episode. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. For now, bye.